Welcome to YellBro Road. I am Jordan, and today we're going to go over the 21-point plan, the Trump 21-point plan for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza, and some of the following stories that I guess should be mentioned next to it. But first, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, then donate. All of it is very much appreciated. Also, please check out the Discord if you want to join that to talk shit. I'm in that Discord right now as we speak. See the guy with a condom on his head? That's Dubster Brian. He's also in this Discord. So join up and argue with him all day and night. Like that freestyle? Yeah, freestyle that.
Yeah, sure.
Also, everything that I show you will be sourced in the description box so that you can research it on your own. You can correct things. If I showcase something that's completely wrong, you can tell me about it. That's why it's important to source what you're going over. But yeah, all links, description box. All right. So first thing we'll start with is, of course, reading the idea of this plan. Yeah, I believe this is a word for word taking of the plan itself. So, and once again, I have follow up follow up links here to showcase how some of these things might be changing. But let's read through it. President Trump held a meeting with officials from Arab and Muslim countries in New York at the UN General Assembly. The plan. Here we go. Number one, Gaza will be de-radicalized, terror-free zone that does not pose a threat to its neighbors. Now, I don't know what that means exactly. Personally, I don't know exactly what that means. What does de-radicalize mean? Are you saying the
They're
people
going to
there
take
were
all the
already that?
rocks. They're going to take all the rocks out of Gaza.
Oh, okay. I mean, that might be truer than than your sarcasm lets on there. That might actually be true, but for different reasons, for construction reasons. But all right, let's just keep reading. Number two, Gaza will be redeveloped for the benefit of its people. Once again, those are vague terms, especially coming from a U.S. and potentially Israel amended plan. Number three, if both sides agree to the proposal, the war will immediately end, with Israeli forces halting all operations and gradually withdrawing from the Strip. Which sounds like I'm okay with that one. I'm okay with that. Within 48 hours of Israel publicly accepting the deal, all living and deceased hostages will be returned. This includes the release or return of all 48 Israeli hostages, about 20 of whom are believed to be alive. There is more on that as well. But all right, release the hostages. I'm with that as well. Number five, once the hostages are returned, Israel will free several hundred Palestinian security prisoners serving life sentences and over 1,000 Gazans arrested since the start of the war, along with the bodies of several hundred Palestinians. Okay. I would need more details on who is who and what people, because there's people there being held that have nothing to do with committing any crimes. They just existed, wrong place, wrong time type of shit, with the wrong people arresting you. You know. Number six, once the hostages are returned, Hamas members who commit to peaceful coexistence will be granted amnesty, while members who wish to leave the Strip will be granted safe passage to receiving countries. This includes a pardon for Hamas members if they agree to disarm and leave Gaza. That is quite interesting.
So if you basically 100% surrender, you can either stay and have amnesty or you can flee.
Yeah. And once again, is there even like a unit? Like, how do you know who's Hamas essentially? I mean, well, I would assume the Israeli government would know, and then they would share the intel with the U.S. I don't know. I mean, there's more on
Whoever steps up,
Oh God.
whoever steps up to sign this paperwork.
I know. All right, got you down. All right, what's your name? Okay, got it. Good. Mark it right there. And where are you staying right now? Where are you living at? Okay, all right. Nice, beautiful, beautiful. Can you put your thumbprint right here? Thanks, bud. All right, you have amnesty now. I'll see you later, pal. A fucking missile hits their house the next day. Fuck my life. So, but we have some at least some reports on how Hamas feels about this, but we're not there yet. On to number 7. Once this agreement is reached, aid will surge into the Strip at rates no lower than the benchmark set in January 2025 hostage deal, which included 600 trucks of aid per day, along with the rehabilitation of critical infrastructure and the entry of equipment for removing rubble. Some of that scares the shit out of me, especially the way they deal with aid and the idea of quote unquote removing rubble. Like, are you clearing it out
Which,
to fucking print over it with hotels and beachfront property as they call it?
which
Ah,
also keep in mind, this entire war, this entire war, they could have been provided some form of aid the whole fucking time.
yes, and I mean everyone as like internationally, from government bodies to the UN itself to independent organizations, to like all these things have been offered to distribute aid in a way that would keep it away from Hamas and for the civilians in Gaza. But of course, they're all denied, and instead they throw in the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, which is just riddled with, mercenaries, U.S. mercenaries, probably all over the world mercenaries. To be honest with you, and we've heard those stories. Go check the video I did where it's Anthony or Tony Aguilar being interviewed by Tucker Carlson, and very, very eye-opening interview. I think worthy of everyone should. Like, I think everyone should watch that at some point if you're into these topics in politics. Um, let's continue on. Number 8: aid will be distributed without interference from either side by United Nations and the Red Crescent. And that's what people have been asking for, because the UN once again knows how to do this stuff. They know how to deal with humanitarian crises like this, and the Red Crescent is just the Red Cross, but because it's a Muslim nation or majority
Yeah,
Muslim population, they use crescent instead of cross. Uh,
right.
which all these things have, like the UN or Red Cross, Red Crescent. I'm sure they all have like a little bit of shadiness to them. Motherfuckers stealing
Mhm.
money from there and embezzling things. But
Well, I don't fully like the United Nations being part of this because we know from history of the Blue Helmets of what they've done to people in the Yugoslavia thing. Like
okay,
raped they just raped over 6,000 women, is what was reported. So
damn,
they are just another military that's as corrupt as anything else. So we'll see where that goes.
yeah. There's always uh, a risk of corrupt things happening. I mean, the white helmets in Syria, right, which got favor from international bodies of humanitarian organizations, right? But they're apparently doing dirt in Syria as well. So it's you can't just trust it. But at the very least, I like maybe they get more aid out than something like this GHF, this Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. Those guys have been horrendous with no expertise in the area about giving out humanitarian aid and how to like manage it. So, but let's keep going. By the United Nations and the Red Crescent, along with other international organizations not associated with either Israel or Hamas. I mean, Hamas ain't gonna have shit, but Israel is already would be connected to the UN, right? But fair enough. Okay, fair enough. At word value, I'll take that. This includes unhindered entry of humanitarian aid delivered by international organizations and the UN. Got it. Let's continue on to number 9. Gaza will be governed by a temporary transitional government of Palestinian tech.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Does anyone even know what the fuck that means? Like, who are we talking about? Palestinian technocrats? Is like DJ Khaled gonna show up? Like, what are we talking about here? Are they from the country or are they from outside the country? What's going on here? I don't even know what that means. I don't know if this guy maybe paraphrased that in here, like put his own like editorial spin on it, or if that's like the actual wording. My point, once again, I'm not. I'll link the actual shit, but it's more so to get like an idea of something because the following stories, like I was going to do a video on this, and since then more stories have come out, which make me a little bit weary of what's happening here. But either way, okay, let's just get through them. Let's just get through it and read this shit. Gaza will be governed by a temporary transitional government of Palestinian technocrats. The fuck that means. Who will be responsible for providing day-to-day services for the people of the Strip. The committee will be supervised by a new international body established by the U.S. in consultation with Arab and European partners, aka bring in Tony, get Tony Blair in here, and let him go to work, let him do what he does. Fuck.
You know that Palestinian technocrat.
Yeah, the honorary Palestinian Tony Blair. Oh god, let's keep going. It will establish a framework for funding the redevelopment of Gaza until the Palestinian Authority has completed its reform program. And once again, that little reform program, like aka attempted psychological brainwashing, I would say, right? And it's kind of like just saying like these guys are like they're just like rabid animals. So we have to go in and change their minds around. You know, think of metaphorically speaking, think of Clockwork Orange, right? Tape your fucking eyelids open and stare at this stuff. I'm sure it'll be like Holocaust remembrance things or something like that, right? To de-radicalize them. But there's some words in here that if people read this on paper, they might be okay with what's being said in these 21 points. But something's, to quote that duck, something is smelling a deli here. But let's keep reading here. This envisions two levels of intern governance, an overarching international body, and a Palestinian committee under the Palestinian Authority to oversee day-to-day governance, with the expectation that the PA assumes full control for a set time frame. Okay? Hamas would have no role in governance, and the plan proposes a temporary administration by an international Arab security force. I'm telling you, bro. I'm smelling shit here. It
Okay,
don't sound
so
right. Hey, God.
well, here's what doesn't sound right. Like we're not even saying it's election time for you people. We are appointing a party
Well, you got to
to your
de-radicalize them.
country.
You got to de-radicalize them, man. Come on.
So we're in a sense creating a kingdom, and we're not even like our whole mission always is never a kingdom. It's either which will never be freedom, and we always propose democracies when we create new things. But we're straight up saying here we're making a kingdom, not a democracy or a republic. No, this is going to be a straight up kingdom
Oh, I mean, it's
with full
guaranteed.
on authority, and it's subject to the UN, and without being said, it's obviously subject to Israel in the sense of we can do whatever the fuck we want. You're all disarmed.
Yeah, just by sheer proximity, right? And all the backing that they get.
Yeah.
It's and a lot of the money that's going in, that's going to go into God. If this thing goes out and rolls out, it's going to go to building all this technocratic bullshit, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
So, fuck my life, man. And by the way, that idea, once again, even their definition of radicalized, it could be something as simple as, "Hey, you guys committed war crimes. Look, you're still radical. Got to de-radicalize them." And it's like, do you think people are going to actually forget about that? I mean, whole
Oh, dude.
families have been wiped out. Whole families who had nothing to do with Hamas. Just
Well,
whole families, doctors, nurses, all
if
of
you
them wiped out.
if you think of like 1984 kind of thinking, radical could be somebody that cuts in line for the ration,
Exactly. Well,
and that can get you shot
that has gotten them
by the
shot.
authority.
That has gotten them
Well,
shot.
I'm saying with what they're proposing here for the future of Palestine, if you cut the line for your ration, that is a death sentence.
Yeah, yeah, and I can imagine them like while they're building this technocratic wonder world that these guys will be once again subjugated and concentrated into certain areas behind security fencing where they have this just more strict version of the checkpoints they were already living under before October 7th. They already had to go through
Yeah.
security checkpoints to even move around and shit. It's gonna be that times 10.
Yeah.
Staring at places they won't be able to afford to live in.
No, I picture this like a refugee camp slash concentration camp. It's we can tear down the old walls because we've cornered them into a new place, and that'll be like a tent city, and then maybe they'll let it build up to like a stack of wooded houses or something. But it's going to be a smaller territory than what they've already had.
Yep. The one of the crazy things is that uh, they've been bombarded so much. A lot of them might accept this just for they have to like look their kids in the eye, and just for the sake of surviving. Like, all right, let's just fuck it, we'll take it. Just stop bombing us every fucking day,
Right.
every fucking day.
Yeah.
What was that thing I read? Over it was like September 25th, over a 24-hour period, 170 something bombs dropped in 24 hours. That's insane.
Yeah.
By comparison, Trump has bombed Somalia, or his administration, they bombed Somalia like 70 something times in this year. But that's fucking 8 months. That's 8 months of time. These fools did that over 24 hours, a hundred, over 100
Twice.
more.
Or 2.5 more time. Or yeah, 2 times more in 24 hours than a whole year.
That's fucking crazy. But all right, let's keep reading because there's other stuff I really want to get to with all this. Number 10 here, an economic plan will be created to rebuild Gaza through the convening of experts, quote unquote experts, I would say, with experience in construction or constructing modern Middle East cities, and through the consideration of existing plans aimed at attracting investments and creating jobs. I think we all know what the fuck that means. Holy
So,
Christ.
so the Israeli architects will be able to design real estate that the Palestinians might be able to be the laborers for.
And just one correction there. It won't be Israeli. There'll be some Israelis. There'll be a lot of Europeans, Americans, other Middle Eastern countries, like big business guys that are going to invest billions because they want to make a profit off of it. It's not for charity that they're going to give
Right.
billions. They're going to give billions to get like a fucking return on investment.
Right. Oh, yeah. Ownership of these places, don't even think about that. It would, at best, be rent.
Like, bro, yeah, there's no country there, right? If there's no
Right.
country established, that means there's no real laws to really be established. Thus, what would
Right.
be, like an idea of like a minimum wage for a worker? What would it actually be? It wouldn't be there, right? So
Right.
you're gonna need
It
like
is
a
literally
real state established with all of this. Yeah, God.
with no currency. It would simply be, fuck, dude. I'm not. Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean, I think it's brought up later in the whole 21 point plan about how like, it's kind of like a maybe they get a state too, right? But that honestly should be the first thing that happens, right? You can establish an
There should be
actual
number one on
government
those lists.
with actual rules and an actual declaration of anything, whatever the fuck they want to do, right? Actual protections from the UN and all this stuff. Like establish an actual state for these people, and then let them like because otherwise, if there's no fucking state there, anyone could just run in there, throw up a fucking sky rise, and fucking random like celebrities and shit can stay the night and just generate billions of dollars. But none of it goes back to Palestinians. What the fuck did they get out of it? A $3 an hour fucking cleaning job? If that? And guess what? They might accept it. And I'm not even mad at them for that. Where they're like, yo, we're not getting bombed. So I'll take it.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
It's just like I was talking about earlier. But it's worse. You're basically categorized as a felon from birth for
Yeah,
being a Palestinian.
yeah.
Like, you will never be the head of a bank. You will never be a doctor. You will never be a lawyer because you think a Palestinian could be a lawyer in the Israeli system? Fuck no.
And I'll
Like,
never fully doubt the human spirit. Someone will, like, because there's going to
right.
be geniuses everywhere. That's
No, they'll
just by
try,
laws of
but they won't
average.
be allowed. Like, they won't be allowed. Like, they'll be cut out in the sense of, oh, that is above your clearance kind of thing. Like, you
Yeah.
cannot arise above this mark. And they'll have an established mark across like all types of businesses, all kinds of job opportunities. Like, you can't rise above this
Yeah.
because you're not trusted. You're just considered not trusted.
Some of these guys that are really smart will find their way out of the country to go study abroad. And hopefully, where there's no bombs and bombardments, they can come back and, like, try to help their fucking country out. Well, if they're even going to be called a country. But let's keep reading. Uh, this last part. Reconstruction would occur over 5 years, managed by an international and Arab consortium. Yeah, worrying. Pretty worrying for me, but let's keep going. Number 11, an economic an economic zone will be established with reduced tariffs and access rates to be negotiated by participating countries. Hey guys,
Yeah,
imagine
that's horrible. That's
imagine
horrible.
Gaza or imagine Palestinians had their own country, you know? Wouldn't that, like, help out a bit there? Like, nah, listen, the other countries will deal with this shit. Number 12.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So that in itself says other countries can invest into this country with lower interest rates.
Yep.
So if effectively that means your entire country will more than likely be like 80 to 90% owned by other countries.
And let's be honest, more actually directly, it's not it's individuals from other countries, right?
Right.
They're going to be the big wigs. They're
Powerhouse
going to,
is more likely.
yeah. And,
Players,
yeah.
not us. Not you and me getting together and saying, hey, we're going to invest together 400 grand into building a house
Yeah.
in Palestine and collect the rent. No, there's probably a level of you even being allowed to develop. Like, you have to be equivocal to a bank level where you got $20 million to even enter the game of developing here.
I think you're going to see a lot of Kushners and Blairs and fucking Palantirs and Peter Thiels and shit like you're gonna see these names. I'm almost guarantee Elon Musk. You're gonna see these names, and you're gonna see like fucking Saudi princes. You're gonna see all this fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
let's go to number
I
12.
love this first. I love this first sentence at number 12.
There. Number 12. No one will be forced to leave Gaza, but those who choose to
But
leave will be allowed to return. Okay. Okay. The right to
nobody will
return
be
for
forced
Gaza.
to leave Gaza. But just stop right there. Like, that was the first sentence.
Moreover, Gazans will be encouraged to remain in the Strip and offered an opportunity to build a better future there. Build back better. And I don't know about this idea of being encouraged. What does that mean exactly? Also, like, would you actually be doing that? I feel like they're going to encourage them to leave, especially when some amendments from a certain individual might be part of this. But let's keep reading. This explicitly states there cannot be any forced displacement of Gaza's population, a shift from earlier discussions of voluntary relocation. Now, once again, if You have a house, right? When you go off to work, I bomb your house. It turns into rubble. You're like, fuck. You go back, you build your house again. You go to work, they blow it up again. I'm not forcing you to go anywhere. I'm not forcing you. Yeah, sure, it's not forced. Got it, guys. Thanks. Number 13. Hamas will have no role in Gaza's governance whatsoever. There will be a commitment to destroy and stop building any offensive military infrastructure, including tunnels. Gaza's new leaders will commit to peaceful coexistence with their neighbors. This includes the collection of Hamas weapons by an international Arab force within a time-bound framework, and Hamas agreeing to hand over its weapons and leave Gaza as a contingency for the entire plan. Okay, so basically they'll have no military, right? Now, I'm not out here touting Hamas like, oh, yeah, go Hamas, yeah, Team Hamas. Now, but at the same time, that is essentially their military. Like if those they don't have anything else. Like there's other groups that also exist in there, and you have the Palestinian Authority. You have West Bank's shit going on, right? So you can, but there's no real protections, right? And that's very proven. As in, like if Hamas was their military, it did the October 7th attack. After that, what have they done? What have they actually done? As supposedly their military, they don't stand a fucking chance. The best they can do is hide, but and again, it just gets civilians fucking bombed and killed in mass.
Well, here's what they're really saying to me is I know the general basic history of what's going on in Gaza, Israel, since like 47. So, but you skip to the point to where it's become Gaza is an open air prison, which was like 2000,
Yeah.
2005, somewhere in that area, and there's literally walls there. And you're telling them we're starving you to death today, but we promise we'll stop starving you
Mm-hmm.
as long as you don't build tunnels. So you're telling a prisoner that's not getting fed in the prison, you have to promise to stop digging tunnels. Like, we'll feed you, but stay in the prison. Give up this hope thing. Give up this hope thing. Who taught you hope?
We're gonna whip you, and if you flinch, we're gonna whip you again. Fuck my life. Here we go. Let's just get through it. Number 14. A security guarantee will be provided. Actually, let me get the screen a little bit bigger there. A security guarantee will be provided by regional partners to ensure that Hamas and other Gaza factions comply with their obligations and that Gaza ceases to pose a threat to Israel or its own people. This includes the creation of safe humanitarian corridors across the Strip. Yeah. Humanitarian corridors. Okay.
So, security checks.
Yeah. Oh, man. There has to be something for it because Israel's clearly killing the most people in this whole conflict, if you want to call it that. They're clearly killing the most. Is there something like, hey, you guys can't do anything to these guys anymore? To leave them alone. Hopefully that's in here, right? But let's continue. Number 15, the U.S. will work with Arab and other international partners to develop a temporary international stabilization force that will immediately deploy in Gaza to oversee security in the Strip. Not for protection, for security of them. The force will develop and train a Palestinian police force, which will serve as a long-term internal security body. Once again, used against them. Not, if Israel rolls up in a tank, right? They're not going to be like, hey, wait, what the fuck? You can't do that. And then defend Palestinians. Like, no, it's a little kid stole an apple from a market. Get him! Arrest that kid. It's to police them.
No. If Israel comes in with the tank, the Muslim police force will be right beside the tank saying, hey, you Palestinians get back.
clear
Tank's
clear
coming
the
in
street.
here. Don't block the tank. What are you talking about?
Clear the streets. Get out of the way. Hey. Get off the fucking street. Israel's rolling through this bitch. All right. Number 16. Israel will not will not occupy or annex Gaza. Okay? And the IDF will gradually hand over territory it currently occupies as the replacement security forces establish control and stability in the Strip. The U.S. would guarantee that Israel refrains from annexing the West Bank. We guarantee. That's like a
That
little extra
sounds
note. That sounds like
that
a
that that
footnote.
would be a good thing on the Gaza's like point of view. That 116. Do I think it would be reality in any sense? Hell no.
I mean, think about it. As as this whole thing is being written out and shown to the world, they are taking territory and
Right.
occupying more and more land. So at the end of that, we're like, all right, we'll give up the land that we, you know, militarily occupying right now. We'll give that up. But what have they established and planted a fucking flag at? Like settlers. Like if they encroached and encroached, they might. Who knows what the fuck is left? Like, all right, they'll leave these tiny little blots of neighborhoods and shit, or maybe like these pockets of territory. We'll leave those. Meanwhile, throughout this whole process, they're gaining and gaining and gaining more ground. To where it's no longer called occupying; it's ours now, and that's been a thing, right? Or where it turns from occupation to that's us. We own that now because
Yeah.
10,000 settlers moved into it. You can't just make these people leave. It's too late, I'm just saying. But let's keep going here. Uh, Number 17. If Hamas delays or rejects this proposal, the above points will proceed in terror-free areas, which the IDF will gradually hand over to the International Stabilization Force. Now that's a little weird
This is
one.
bullshit.
That's a little
Yeah,
weird.
this is some made up fucking bullshit right here.
But look what that implies, though. Doesn't that imply that, you know, IDF, you guys back off. Instead, we'll have this, whatever you want to call it, International Stabilization Force? Like, we'll occupy the territory. Doesn't it sound like that?
No, no. What I'm reading here, it's saying to me is we're gonna detect where Hamas is. We're gonna separate the people that are being good, and we're gonna let everything apply to them from 16 to 1 on this list. But we're gonna find these places where Hamas is, and none of the rules apply to the territories they actually occupy. But then at the same time, they're calling everybody fucking Hamas.
Yep. A little kid throwing a rock.
That's
Hamas.
yeah,
See?
this is just entire 17's entirely bullshit.
I'm just curious what this stabilization force would be that replaces the IDF in these areas. I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Like, is that like a shit ton of mercenaries? Is that actual troops from other countries? Who fucking, I don't know. Number 18. Israel agrees not to carry out future strikes in Qatar. Okay. The U.S. and the international community acknowledge Doha's important mediating role in the Gaza conflict. Israel will not attack Qatar again, following recent airstrikes targeting Hamas leaders in Doha that you helped them with, America. The Trump administration helped them with that. In fact, people are saying that they like baited them to go there
Duped
for
them. Yeah, they duped them.
just to get bombed. Fuck my life. Okay. Number 19, a process will be established to de-radicalize. They're saying this again. A process will be established to de-radicalize the population. This will include an interfaith dialogue aimed at changing mindsets and narratives in Israel and Gaza. I doubt that happens in Israel. It'll be for the Gazan people.
So today we're gonna have a lesson called "How the Quran is Wrong."
Listen, the Quran is mostly wrong, but sometimes you gotta throw gays off rooftops. Okay? We're gonna allow you to keep this tradition over there.
I'm just trolling,
Right.
guys. Don't worry. Uh, number 20. When Gaza's redevelopment has been advanced and the Palestinian Authority reform program has been implemented, the conditions may be in place for a credible pathway to Palestinian statehood, all the way down at number 20, which is recognized as the aspiration of the Palestinian people. Both sides would commit to resume final status negotiations between Israelis and Palestinians. Good fucking luck with that. Good luck with that. And once again, so much territory has already been taken. You're gonna it's like handing them an island, but instead of being surrounded by water, you're surrounded by Israel. It's like what? What the fuck? All right. Number 21, the U.S. will establish a dialogue between Israel and the Palestinians to agree on a political horizon for peaceful coexistence.
Okay.
Well, there
So
goes
going
that
back to
marathon.
20,
Oh, okay.
going back to 20, you establish this new Palestinian government. What if their first idea is, I don't know, get our country back, but
What country?
we're gonna do it peaceful and coexistence with Israel, but we're gonna take back our country. How does that work?
I've been hearing too many Israeli political people and Western political people saying, "Well, where's their country at? There is no country. You don't even. It doesn't exist. Palestine does not exist. Judea and Samaria. That's what it's called. Not Palestine." And it's like, oh god. But let's keep going.
What's classified as a defensive weapon that they can have?
Who
And
says
then
they
it
can?
said
Who
they
says they
can't
can
have
have
off.
that? Who says?
Well, it says they can't have offensive weapons, but what would be a defensive weapon they could have?
They won't have any.
Pellet gun? A pellet gun? Can they have a pellet gun?
No, they're not gonna be allowed to even. I'm telling you, nothing. Even if they wanted to go hunting, right? They're not allowed to.
There's nothing to hunt, bro. There's nothing to hunt in there.
I
There's no
know.
fucking wild animals
I
in that
know. I'm just
fucking
saying.
wall. The
I'm just saying. Say they wanted to go
only
hunting
thing
somehow.
on meat that they could get themselves was 7 miles of area in the ocean. If they went past the 7 miles, Israeli uh, boats that are like circling the 7 mile mark would
Yeah.
shoot them, and that was before October 7th.
Mm-hmm.
They went and like, did they have a way to know they were 7 miles out? I don't even know if they had a way to know if they were 7 miles out. I don't know enough about fishing. Like, is there a GPS thing that tells you? There probably is, but
And with the food blockades and all that shit. I mean, people have probably thought this, like, hey, aren't they? Isn't the ocean right there? Can't they get in there, go fishing to get some food? There's been
yeah,
Israeli
to a
patrol.
limited point.
No, during this whole since October 7th shit, bro. They're not allowed to like just go in the water and just fish like that.
Oh, really?
There's patrol boats everywhere and shit,
Yeah.
bro.
So I knew of before October 7th, the rule was 7 miles out. You go past 7 miles, you get shot. As a
Oh.
fisherman.
I mean, if someone's lucky enough to get a fit, like how few and far between is that gonna be? Like during this
I
shit,
mean,
it's rough. It's rough out there from what I've
yeah.
seen. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure. Uh, I've seen videos of patrol boats where people are just trying to fish just to grab any type of food they can get, and they're kind of being denied. And it's like, Jesus Christ, dude, they're just unrelenting.
Yeah.
No, don't
And
worry, we'll
if you
provide you
think,
the food. Don't worry, we'll give you the food. And they have these shitty fucking Gaza Humanitarian Foundation shit. It's horrendous. My God.
and if you think about square miles, it's 7 miles in every direction. North, west, and south.
Yeah.
So, because you're not going to get east, that's land. That's where Gaza is to the ocean. So, we're talking 30 square miles is all they can fish. And just think that's a limit of possibility of what comes into that area. And I don't know how many fish like that area.
Yeah.
So you're limited in all that kind of sense too.
And you gotta remember, bullets are like the Tony Aguilar guy told a story about these like what do they call it when they like new recruits or whatever, like they just got called up as far as like
Rookies.
their draft or whatever, right? The IDF, and these kids are firing
Yeah.
out towards the beaches, like stupidly firing out towards the beach, like, yo, you know, there's people out there, right? You can like hit someone without them even like it's like, and people have died with shit like that happening, where they're just like fucking around,
Yeah.
firing off into the fucking horizon somewhere, not realizing what could happen on the other side of that bullet. Right? It's incredible, man, incredible. But let's keep it moving. There's more to this. There's an idea of, well, first I'll show you this. We have we have a real chance for greatness in the Middle East. All are on board for something special. First time ever. We will get it done. President Donald J. Trump. Ugh. But let's keep going. Wanted to show you that. This is new from Dropsite News. President Trump said in an interview on Sunday today that negotiations over its 21-point Gaza plan are at the final stages and that Netanyahu is on board, Axios reports, which should, once again, I give everyone a fair shake, pause. I leave room for any type of behavior to happen in the world, positive or negative. I leave room for it, right? But I'd be a fool to not be suspicious if this guy's just on board for it, considering all the shit we've seen so far, where he's fucked around. He's fucked around with these ceasefires, right? Broken them. The amount of human tragedy that this guy has been a part of. So if there's something that he's on board with, I get a little weary. But I think there's more to it. I think there's more to that idea. Well, let's keep reading now. The Israeli government has not officially commented, with Trump set to meet Netanyahu at the White House on Monday when he arrests him, right? Right, guys? Right, InfoWars? He's going to be arrested tomorrow. That's the day he said. He said the 29th, Netanyahu will be arrested. I don't know why he would wait till Monday. He's already been in the States for several days now. Okay. Special envoy Steve Witkoff, Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner, and the ICC, the ICC fugitive prime minister met in New York on Sunday to try to bridge remaining gaps. Meaning, Netanyahu has. We'll get into it. Netanyahu has some say in regards to amending what was written.
Who's the ICC fugitive prime minister? Who's that?
Oh, come on.
What's the ICC again?
International Criminal Court. Who's wanted by those guys? That's a prime minister in this whole equation. Netanyahu, right? So that's why they call them the ICC fugitive prime minister, just to shit on him a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, apparently he met with Kushner and Witkoff today. Let's keep reading here.
Kushner finally making a reappearance into the Trump administration.
Well, these
Where's
Gaza
he been
plans.
all this time? Right?
This
was his fucking bread and butter in the first administration. This is what he was assigned to. Now he's back.
And he was working on it even when Trump wasn't in office during the Biden years. So.
This is bread and butter.
Let's keep reading. Axios highlights 2 sticking points. 1, Israel wants a tougher, binding clause on disarming Hamas. And 2, Netanyahu insists the Palestinian Authority played no role in Gaza. A red line, he repeated on Fox News. Which means that shit ain't happening, right? as far as
So
like West Bank people working with Gaza to help stabilize what's going on over. I mean, good luck doing that, but still a little bit more of a friendly face probably to them, right?
So your government that we're gonna give you, that's a kingdom and not a fucking democracy or anything, is gonna be fully out of your hands. None of you people that are subject to all of this will be represented in any sense in your government. Okay. All right. That's what he's saying.
And because of the
You don't get to choose your government.
well, with all the bombardments, people might accept this, but I think that would be a limited period of time. Right? It'll be like we accept this now to stop bombing and killing everyone and starving us and all this shit, right? But after a period of time, if things in a way stabilize, it's like, wait a minute, you guys have been fucking us over this whole fucking time. Fuck you. And someone might rise up again, and then who knows what happens after
They
that.
expect it to rise up again. They expect it to rise up again.
Well, I have a little bit of a feeling that the amendments that Netanyahu is going to throw in here will make it to where they can't accept the deal. It's too much subjugation where it's like you're getting fucked over too hard. You're like, fuck, you might as well just bomb us then. Right? Not that Hamas should be negotiating on behalf of the Palestinian people at all, to be honest with you. But that's fuck. It's such
I revert you
scenario.
back to point 17. If Hamas does not accept this, then we will bomb where
Yeah.
Hamas is and not the people. But we will call everyone Hamas. So
Isn't that what they were already claiming to be doing? We're bombing
right,
Hamas.
right.
So like,
If one guy is Hamas and whatever we categorize as Hamas, then the whole deal's off.
I mean,
Equivocally.
yeah, that's almost like tantamount to uh, if one guy is Hamas in this neighborhood, we blow up the entire neighborhood. This is
Yeah.
essentially the same fucking shit.
It's one bad apple ruined the bunch. Therefore, don't discard all the apples.
Yeah. Let's keep going here. Axios also describes the section of disarming Hamas differently than the Washington Post yesterday, which is a very interesting little caveat here. Let's look over this. It says the plan calls for a process of disarming Hamas and demilitarizing Gaza, which includes destroying all remaining heavy weapons and tunnels. Washington Post writes it would involve the destruction of all of Hamas's offensive weaponry. The exact language of the clause in the Trump plan has not been disclosed in any news reports, and that is an important point to look at. Like, what does that actually mean? What does
I can
that mean?
class anything. I can class anything as an offensive fucking weapon, man. You can't have a
Exactly.
fucking knife to cut your fucking shit in your house.
There's a lot of rocks there, man. Weapons all over the place, apparently. So, how about tools for like construction? If you're a carpenter or whatever the fuck. If you're a mason or
Right.
something. Yeah.
They're occupied, right? Wouldn't that make it that it's already illegal there
Yeah.
to have weapons?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's left to disarm too? Yeah, that aspect. What's left to disarm? You said in the
Just
first
the
one
Hamas
says
guys.
if you go back up to the first one right here for what's X, it says the plan calls for a process of disarming Hamas and demilitarization Gaza, which includes destroying all remaining heavy. What heavy weapons have they ever fucking shown? Like
I
their
mean, they've
best
got
thing was
rifles and
rockets with. They said rockets without aiming things. That's fucking tubes and fireworks. That's their heavy weapons you're talking about?
I assume
Or
they
are you
mean
talking
like
about their
guns.
homemade snipers?
They have guns and they have mortars and shit like that, and they repurpose like
None of that
bomb.
classifies heavy.
Yeah. Well, they have like things that like if Israel shoots on it doesn't go off, right? Maybe it doesn't detonate a bomb or something like that. They collect it and repurpose it for themselves. That's something I've heard happen, right? But
If they had the right to
it's
bear arms, they would not be occupied.
yeah.
That would be.
Basically, they don't have some like fleet hiding somewhere. Let's put it that way. Uh, and then this last part here, the plan is said to have been drafted by Witkoff and Kushner. Scary. Drawing on ideas from past U.S., Israeli, and regional talks. In recent months, Kushner has led the work with Witkoff and former British Prime Minister Tony Blair to advance it, aka the story I went over about the smart cities and all that shit. I mean, it's like
It's
what is it
tremendous.
called? What's that saying? Like the mutterings of a madman or some shit, or the utterings of a madman. Like that's what these things fucking look like. They're like crazy motherfuckers, crazy people that claim to be fucking leaders. But let's go further here. I think this is where the amendments idea, Netanyahu. Let's read. New Ynet reports Netanyahu has drawn up amendments to Donald Trump's 21-point plan for ending the genocide in Gaza, which Israeli sources repeatedly say is likely to be implemented in some form. Most clauses are acceptable to Israel, but Netanyahu is pressing for changes ahead of his White House meeting with Trump on Monday. Let's go through them. Netanyahu insists the American Gaza Humanitarian Foundation must remain open, calling closure a mistake. And as we've went over before, they're fucking killing people at these aid sites. A lot of them, like thousands at this point, right? They got to be in like the multiple thousands. And definitely in the multiple thousands of injured, right? For people that are starving. Next point here, Israel is ready to release Palestinian captives but refuses to free symbols like Marwan Barghouti. I don't know what that means. Symbols, as in
It's a
like
person.
political
It's
prisoners,
it's a
essentially.
person. He's someone that was like strong movement leader,
Yeah, probably a smart guy, right? That
which
could,
will be thousands of people. It
yeah.
will be thousands of people that they classify like this.
So you let some of the fucking 13-year-olds go, got it. But the political prisoners that are maybe good at talking or swaying people, those guys you're gonna hang on to most likely, right? If that's like, that's what it sounds like it means. Um, Coalition tensions are growing. National Security Minister Ben Gvir warned Netanyahu in a post that he has no mandate to end the war, meaning those fools want to keep going. According to Ynet, a Netanyahu ally who spoke to the prime minister estimated that by October 7th, core principles for ending the war will be agreed with Washington, even if implementation continues until the end of the year. Interesting.
So symbolically, October 7th,
Yeah. Will be agreed with
the beginning and the
Washington.
end.
Okay, so implementate, even if they just keep going, like keep genociding, right? Like while they're trying to like figure out how do we do this, even if they go, even if they agree with it, right? There's gonna be a time period, like time's gonna pass, and unless there's guarantees, like hey, no fucking bombardments, no blatant genocidal actions by Israel, like if that's not guaranteed, which I don't know how the fuck this guy's gonna do that, or his administration's gonna do that. Uh, like I said, more and more people are gonna die. More and more territory is going to be eaten up, and it's just like, what was the change? What was the real change?
I I think number 17 on this list nullifies everything.
And
I can
meaning,
just call anybody. I can just call anybody Hamas, and then the rules are fucking off.
well, we're gonna get to a little bit less ambiguous idea of Hamas. I think we're gonna get some a little bit more direct language and some of these other posts, but let's continue. Once again, I leave room for me reading all this wrong, but at the same time, I'm like, based on past history and past behavior, how the fuck am I supposed to take this at face value and just trust it? I just can't. So
No.
there's a lot of words here. There's a lot of things that people might be like, oh my god, finally, yeah, we're doing something right. I don't know. And by the way, let's say it goes according to plan, according to Trump, which is it still looks actually like a terrible thing for Palestinians. But let's say it's like a peaceful process. They stop bombing. They move into their smart cities or into their new concentration camps,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever. Uh, guess what? The entire time before this, like all these tragedies have been happening. All these tragedies have been happening. And this guy has been overseeing it and like, oh, okay, whatever. And helping them in a lot of cases as well. So I don't want to hear no one going out there like, see, look, Trump did it. Like, do you want to go over the fucking numbers? Do you want to go over the fucking stories that exist out there that this guy oversaw and looked the other way about it? Come on. Or had a
It's
direct
not
hand in helping.
realistic in any sense. Oh, why'd you kill my son? Oh, we were at war and he was just in the area of what we were bombing for. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Fuck my life.
60,000 times this is the story?
Yeah.
And you think there's not gonna be somebody who's like, I'm not following these fuckers' rules. Fuck
Oh,
them, I want my revenge. You think like that can just be put down with an agreed upon bend your fucking knee? Like, people aren't like that. It's
yeah.
not the human condition. Let's be real. It's like, no, in honor of my son, I will start running at you with a machete. I don't care if
Maybe.
I die. It's for the cause. And then you know what? We revert back to 17. That was Hamas.
Yeah. And honestly,
Therefore, all the apples are bad because of this apple.
yeah. And honestly, like even people that aren't even like seeking revenge or trying to do anything violent, when they announce like, "Hey guys, leave Gaza City," a lot of families just stayed. Just maybe out of pride, maybe out of not knowing where to go, maybe they didn't even hear the warning, whatever, right? And they stayed in Gaza City and they got fucking shit on. Like today, that's happening right now, where people are refusing to leave their homes for whatever reason, right? So there is a
I
sense
think
of resilience with plenty of people over there. And it's like, how are you going to deal with that? People that refuse to fucking just get up and leave because you threaten, their lives or whatever. Maybe they lost, like, you can have like a dad, right? That already lost his kids and his wife. Like, what are you going to tell that guy?
right.
I'm not even saying he's going to be like violent and run at him with a fucking machete. I'm saying, like, what if he's just like, I got nothing to live for. Fuck you. I'm not going anywhere. What do you do with that? I'm sure it'll be force, right? Will be the response.
No,
No.
I'm trying
Trump
to help
promised there will be
you.
no force.
Ah,
Trump
okay.
promised there will be no force.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to help you out. Come on. You don't like it here. Come on.
Go tell that to a dad with no family left. Good
Right.
God.
Or vice versa, a son with no family left.
Exactly. So, but this is not really like a news story, but it's more of he's kind of here, like this guy's kind of saying the idea that I'm considering as a distinct possibility, or he's like putting it in words that would kind of reflect what the fuck I'm going at as well. Where this Elijah guy says Benjamin Netanyahu will meet with Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner to work together on finalizing the 21 points in the U.S. Israel demands. That means it will be Israeli approved agreement, making it an impossible, unacceptable plan. Netanyahu and Trump's
Right.
answer is ready. Hamas rejected the plan. Like that's like the idea. Like give them something in pots, like they did with Iran, right? Give them something where they can't actually accept it, and then blame them for not accepting it.
Yep. It's been the way for 60 years on every fucking deal ever proposed.
Now, I don't know exactly what Hamas will do about this or what Palestinian people will do about this, but there are ideas out here that these motherfuckers haven't even received the fucking plan. Check this out. Hamas said Saturday it has not received Donald Trump's 21-point Gaza ceasefire plan. That is from Saturday. Fair enough. Rejecting Israeli media claims that the group had agreed in principle to its terms, which is one of the first things I heard about. Like, oh, and also just my own idea of like, yo, Hamas has been accepting like damn near all these deals, right? Of like, damn, we want to be done with this for like in whatever form or fashion. Washington Post, Haaretz, CNN, and Al Arabia, whatever, have reported that the plan would involve Hamas releasing all Israeli captives in the first 48 hours in exchange for hundreds of Palestinian captives and a phased Israeli troop withdrawal, alongside an end to Hamas governance in Gaza. But a Hamas official told Reuters Hamas has not been presented with any plan. So this is on Saturday where this was said. And this thing about the hostages, I thought I put this in here, but I guess I didn't. Did I miss this?
There's one of the points.
No, I had allegedly two let me just pull it up real fast. Two Israeli hostages potentially have, who knows what happened. They could have been killed. I don't
They're
know.
lost. Equivocally. They're just,
Yeah.
they don't know where they are.
There, this is the story. The Al-Qassam brigades announced the loss of contact with the two captives, Amri Miran and Matan Angrist, as a result of the barbaric military operations and violent targeting in the neighborhoods of Sabra and Tal al-Hawa during the last 48 hours. The lives of the two prisoners are in real danger, and the occupation forces must immediately withdraw south of Street 8 and stop air sorties for 24 hours, starting from 1800 this evening, until an attempt can be made to extract the two captives. We have warned you, and you have been given notice. AKA, don't bomb here. You might kill one of your own people. But I'm not. I don't know. Does Israel give a fuck? Do they care? In fact,
No, it's
wouldn't it
obviously
help? Wouldn't it help them
No.
like not have a ceasefire deal and continue on with what they're doing? So I just wanted to like add this in, you know, in tandem with this whole thing of hostages and releasing them and all that shit, part of this 21-point plan. Yeah, it's man. How do I call this one out? I don't know. You could see where,
I think it calls itself out. I think it calls itself out.
but you can see where people might be like, you know what? I like this. I like this idea. Whether they're Palestinian or someone from the outside, like, oh, at least it's not, you know, bombardments, it's not bombing, it's not genocide, it's something different. We'll take it. I see that as a possibility too, but it looks like either way, they're getting fucked over. Either way.
It's not a
Either,
deal for Palestinians. It's a deal for fucking Israel's face.
for what?
Israel's face.
Yeah,
Like, to make them look like they were reasonable.
yeah. But then again, you have these amendments here, wanting the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation to stay. The red line with the Palestinian Authority, right? Being the ones that, quote unquote, de radicalize the area, whatever the fuck that means. So, yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean, so I saw BB trending, right? Maybe not anymore, but
Oh, I got Okay. I got something off topic for you, but I'll link it. You'll fucking enjoy this once you see it.
Like that should be in this video.
No.
Okay. But at the I just wanted to make this video to make sure, like, because this news is out there. I don't know what's going to happen in regards to it. For all I know, right now something happened, some sort of news thing happened that I'm just unaware of as I'm recording. But I think people should be aware of all this. Bless you, I think. So yeah, I just wanted to read over the kind of overall 21 points, some of the ideas that can be a part of it, also possible amendments to it, and also I still don't know if Hamas has seen this deal and has accepted it or not. I don't know yet. And then the idea of the hostages being killed, that could be a perfect excuse to say, fuck this ceasefire. Look, they're just killing our hostages. Let's go fucking go back to bombardments. Well, continue on with bombardments and run this country over. They're too radicalized. We got to take them down. But either way, I'll leave it there. There's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment, agree, disagree. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Is more so of me just throwing shit out here and us just like kind of spitballing it and just saying our opinions about it. There's not much really to agree or disagree with. It's just here's a news story. But either way, say your thoughts in the comment section if you feel like. Don't forget to check out all the links in the description box for either donating to a charity or joining the Discord. The Discord we're in right now. You can join that. Maybe make a video appearance. Just don't be a butthead, you know? And also the sources.
Go ahead if you want to. I usually am.
All the content you saw here will be sourced in the description box for you to look at yourself and do extra investigation if you want to into it. And with all that said, please give this video a thumbs down. Yeah.